First off, foremost, before I get started, I must give all honor, praises, glory, and respect to our Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Baha Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Baha Hashem Rakakadash. Why Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai forgive me spirit to this lesson? I must give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for the mighty, mighty work that they do, and also mighty shalom to the whole flag watching out there. Shalom. This brother and I come back to another quick lesson from GMS Camp Gary, Indiana. I'm coming back to another live lesson because we live in 2026. Well, it's all up in the mix. All right, come back to another live lesson. Hopefully, this lesson will be very edifying to the whole flag watching out there, because we must remember that we're in the times that the Bible was telling us about. Okay, you know, the Lord told us what's gonna happen before it's gonna happen, and now, as His messengers, we're delivering the message to the to the flock and to the rest of the people. Okay, to the whole world. Okay, we're giving them warning from Him, from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, before He brings his pain, okay, upon this world, okay, for all the wickedness and abominations, okay. He's bringing His judgment, His righteous indignation, all right, because this place is totally polluted, you know, wickedness exceedingly polluted the whole earth. People are out of control, full of iniquity, full of demons, okay? And especially the two-thirds of our people, the so-called black, so-called Spanish, so-called Native American Indians, the 12 tribes of Israel, the Hebrew Israelites, okay? Not blacks, not Mexicans, okay? From the 12 tribes, all right? With Hebrew names, okay? Yahawada, which means Judah, Yashushkar, okay? Which means so-called Mexicans, all right? The Issachar, okay? Gad, the so-called Native Americans, okay? Along with all the rest of the other tribes, right? They don't want to turn from their wickedness, not from their wicked way. They want to remain like their father, the devil, all right? Though the joy hand in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. They're not going to go unpunished from all your unrighteousness, okay? And I know it may sound hard, all right, to do good, but it's really not all that hard. Yeah, it's a little challenging to, sometimes you may slip and do something, off, but we're not willfully sinning out here, okay? How will being part of that number of the election is not willfully sinning, doing this out will, okay? And then when something happened, wondering why it's happening to me. Why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? Well, look at yourself. Examine yourself, okay? And then you will understand why this is happening. It's called punishment, all right? It's called judgment, okay? And we about to read the judgment that's going to bestow upon this earth, all right? This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 16, starting at 17. Yes, I've read this before. We're going to read it again, baby. All right? We sound like a broken record, right? But we do this, okay? Even though we sound like a broken record, people still don't even listen. That's the thing about it. It's crazy. It's madness. All right. They say, "Oh, you said the same old stuff." Well, yeah, and you still ain't listening. It's crazy work. Second Esdras 15, 16, and 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? That's right. Things are about to get so bad that Esdras had to ask the Lord who's going to deliver him. And of course, Yahweh and being part of that number as the hopeful elect, we understand and know who's going to deliver us. Okay? It's Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. When Yahweh Shai returns, okay, and he cracks them clouds, sky turns dark, and he comes down via chariots, so-called UFO, okay, he's going to beam us up into them chariots and deliver us from the impending doom, okay, and then smite the rest, along with the destruction via thermonuclear uh, missiles, okay? So, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to deliver us in that day. Because it's going to be so bad. We see ice, baby, at the airports, okay? It's trying to shut off transportation. Trying to say, hey, you not going out the country no more, and it's going to be hard to travel in the country, okay? It was all by design. And it was like, who can we put? Oh, I know. One of the most corrupt, despicable organizations that they have to offer in the government. That's what they putting at the airports. All right. You don't think it was by coincidence. All right. These niggas had this plan. All right. Everything that this unfolding right now, they've been planning for years at these so-called summits. Okay. They do every year in Switzerland or whatever they decide to do it. Okay. Geneva, whatever. Right. The Davos meetings. Okay. When they go up and worship Moloch in the jungle. It's like in the woods. Okay, the Bohemian Grove. Okay, but anywho, Salakia. Second Esdras 16:18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? That's right. It's just the beginning of sorrows. So if you tapping out now, you ain't gonna be able to survive what's coming. This is just the beginning. Okay, it's gonna be famine, a great famine. A lot of people gonna starve, and if they not gonna starve, the sword's gonna get them. Okay, so meaning they gonna get slayed, murdered. Okay, killed. All right. It says great death. It's gonna be a lot of dead bodies out here. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the body. It's gonna be a lot of that, and a lot of that is gonna came from that little no back in 2021. Okay, when they proclaimed that they didn't have studies done on it. We don't know what's gonna happen. They knew. They was testing it out on the people they kidnapped, on defective military people, the ones who have PTSD and all that. Okay, they're doing it underground. Remember, they cloned Tyrone. All the facility underground when they doing tests. All right, this stuff is real. And of course they just telling you to make you seem even more dumb when you actually get it or have gotten it. Okay, the beginning of wars. We see what's going on. All right, we saw what was happening back in 2020. All right, when when the Rona was out and they was going to war, and you know, with Russia and Ukraine, right? And now it's USA and Iran with Israel. Okay, this is just the beginning of evils. Greater evils shall come. Okay, it means bad times. It's gonna be a lot of bad times out here for bad people. Okay, it says, behold, famine and plague. Okay, it's gonna be a lot of plagues out here, not just pestilence. Okay, people are gonna be plagued. All right, with evils. Okay, it's gonna be surrounding them round about, and they ain't gonna know what to do. They're gonna be panicking. Okay, hoping that the big bad government, all right, the ones put them in this position and predicament, they mad at them now, but then they're gonna be hoping that they come to save the day when their neighbors are trying to ransack their house, when these gangs, okay, and these mob groups are be coming in trying to break in your house and get some food and ravish your wives or your children. These are times that we about to enter into. Okay, can't you see? Can't you discern the signs of the times? Don't be a hypocrite and say, "Oh, I know when it's raining out," but you don't know that this is the time of trouble. Everything is written on the wall. Okay, this is prevalent. These prophecies are speaking loud and clear, and if you're not listening, you can't hear it, and you don't understand what's going on. You better pray. Pray to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, for understanding, okay, for protection, for guidance, okay, because we here, baby, all right. And the pass of the Pasach, the Passover is coming up next week. You better hope the Lord passes you over and does not bring the destruction at your doorstep. Okay, and you better pray if it does happen that you'll be able to escape. And I'm gonna get that in a minute. But continuing on, verse Second Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. It's sent for us to to be corrected. Okay, for all our sins and iniquity. It's not meant to destroy us, but to correct what we've been doing wrong all this time, continuously. Okay? That's the point. Just like when you do something wrong and your parent punishes you and puts you in quote unquote timeout or gives you a whooping and brings that belt to that butt, it's not meant to hurt you. Oh, I'm going to jack this boy up. No, it's meant to correct you so you won't do that thing again. But what do our people do? They continue doing the same dang thing all the dang time because they have no understanding. Okay, just because if you stay in the hood, that don't mean you have to act hood in the ghetto. You don't have to act that way. Okay, you should be trying to get out of that circumstance. All right, and praying to Yahweh Shem Shai that He delivers you from that place, because it's no love there. It's no, it's you not. It's you just surviving. We surviving all across the world, but if you living in the hood, you just man, just surviving. Cause it's like you in the jungle. Okay, it's lucky. So, yeah, I'm just going to continue on. But these are scourges for amendment, for us to change our ways. All right. Verse 20. But for all these things, okay, for all the stuff that was named, and even more, right? They shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Oh, here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. All right. They tried to do this the other day, messing with my phone, and they messed it up. But you know what? I know it looked crazy. I can't even